Okay, so what we got right here is a head scratcher, and we're gonna turn it into a light wand. And what's really cool about this is that it's lightweight, it's small, and it's got metal rods sticking out that we can attach fiber optic cable to one by one. You can also snip off the tips of these metal poles to create depth. So when we have it all hooked up, we have different sized fiber optic cables at different lengths, which will create some variance to the shot. Rigged up the back like so. Switch the little button here and it turns them on. They're really teeny, so it kind of creates kind of a twinkle effect because the lights are so small. And if you use bigger lights, it just doesn't create the same effect. Let me turn these lights off and you'll get a better idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, so we got our camera set up here on our dolly track. So pretty much what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be taking still images with long exposures. So what we're going to do is go to our camera settings, and for our exposure we're going to set it to 4 seconds. We have our light one set up and we're going to go to the very beginning, and I have my clamp right here, so that's our starting point. Now, this is a little bit different than video, is where I'm going to be taking long exposures frame by frame. When I take each photo, it's going to be 4 seconds, and I'm going to be moving it like so. For the first shot, we're just going to move a 1/2 inch. So I would take the picture and move it just a 1/2 inch in that 4 seconds. Alright, so that was about 4 seconds for about a 1/2 inch. What I would then do next is I take some gaffer tape or something like that, green, so you can see a little better, and I make a mark about another 1/2 inch of where I was at. So go back to my starting point, and then I'm gonna take the picture and move it to my next mark. And then check that out, see if I like it. This is our picture we just took, and that is our first picture. So if you toggle back and forth, you can kind of tell that it's starting to streak, and the more and more we take pictures, the longer and longer it's going to get. And then I would then move my mark another 1/2 inch. Move it to my first set position, take the picture, and in 4 seconds time, boom, it ends. So it's a lot of trial and error on trying to get it just right, but eventually you'll get the hang of it. Some people break out a ruler or tape measure or something like that, and I've tried that before in the past, and really kind of eyeballing it and trusting your gut creates kind of a cooler looking shot, because sometimes if you measure it out and everything's just precise, it kind of feels robotic, and I don't know, it just lacks a little of the human touch. So hopefully by the end of this, we would have maybe taken 30, 40, even 50 still images, and we would have eventually finished where our last shot would be, in 4 seconds, we would be pretty much moving it all the way down in 4 seconds. Everything that I'm working with is on is with Dragon Frame, the software program. That's what my camera is hooked up to. It pretty much reads the camera, and it gives me the ability to toggle back and forth of what I've just saw, what I've just taken, so I can see if I need to take another photo. Now, you don't necessarily need to have the software, because what I used to do is take the picture, go to preview, and just toggle back and forth from my last picture and the picture I just took to see if I like it. If I didn't, I would delete it and just try it again and go back and forth, back and forth.